What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another Brawl Stars video, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I think Brawl Stars would work on the Nintendo Switch and show some extras that I think could come along if a Switch port ever happened. Since there are only two joysticks on a Pro Controller or on a set of Joy-Cons, the left stick would be used to move your brawler, while the right stick would be used to aim both your normal attack and your special attack. Normal attack would be toggled by default, and only when a super would actually be charged, you will be able to toggle to a super attack by pressing B. And if you accidentally toggle a super attack, you are able to toggle back to a normal attack by pressing A. And you can also auto aim by pressing the right stick down. When you've unlocked your brawler's gadget at power 7, you can use it in battle by pressing X or Y, and you can use the D-pad to emote using up for the happy emote, left for the sad emote, right for the angry emote, and down for whichever special emote you chose. And I didn't really find any use for ZR and ZL or R and L, but maybe as a future update releases more like features, I'll find something to use those for. So on a single Joy-Con, there's only one joystick, which means you have to toggle between brawler movement, normal attacks, and special attacks. So X or the right button would be used to toggle to a normal attack, A or down would be used to toggle to a super attack, and B or left would be used to toggle to moving your brawler. And you can use your gadget by pressing Y or up. And if you want to emote, you could use SL and SR to toggle to emote. Y or up for happy, X or right for angry, B or left for sad, and A or down for special. And because you could only have one joystick, it would be really inconvenient and hard to use a single Joy-Con because you can't attack and move at the same time, which is kind of important. So I personally would not recommend this. And then just for fun, I also mapped out the controls for an NES Joy-Con, which is pretty similar to the single Joy-Con, but I mean, there's only an A and B button, so SL and SR are used to toggle your super attack, and select is used for your gadget. I think alternatively you could use SR to toggle your super attack and SL for gadget or something like that. And then I couldn't even find anything to press for gadgets. But yeah, because you're using a D-pad rather than a joystick, this will be like super inconvenient because you can just go up, left, right, and down. So it will be super hard to move around. And on top of that, you also can't attack while you're moving. And so you also have to be directly below or above or to the right or left of an enemy to hit them. So yeah, definitely would not recommend using this. I also made a few changes to the menu, so when you're looking at it, it's a little more clear like what you're selecting. So that's why I have the brackets around like what area you're kind of like currently over, and I just have it over the brawlers menu for the example here. And then I also added a sort of symbol over the play button, a minus, to signify that you can use minus as a shortcut to ready up or start a battle. And I also added a new multiplayer menu, which, as you can see by the plus symbol, can be quickly reached by pressing plus. So this is basically what the multiplayer menu looks like in the online play section of it, which you press ZL as a shortcut to get you, and it's not really changed other than the two titles at the top. But then there's also local play, which is entirely new, which looks like this, and you use ZR to get there, and basically you can pair up to 3 players in all game modes except for Showdown, obviously, because you can only do duos in Showdown. And yeah, so I think that this would actually be super cool to have to have a local multiplayer where you don't have to have multiple accounts, and you can just have both players on the same Switch, so you can just choose from any brawlers that account has unlocked, and then I think it would also be reasonable to have local play and online play sort of work simultaneously. You have to be with just a random or another like friend over online if you only have 2 players but you want to do like gem grab or bounty or siege or something. So I think definitely like cross compatibility would be necessary for that, and I think also crossplay from like phones and like tablets to Nintendo Switches would also be important, so that you're not just going against the whole like selection pool of everyone that's playing Brawl Stars. So I think while it would make sense to have Nintendo Online be required to play Brawl Stars, I mean it is a online game, but I actually don't think this would be the case because Fortnite for the Nintendo Switch actually doesn't require Nintendo Online, and I'm sure there's other games like this, but this is the one that like popped up into my mind. So a lot of games have exclusives for Nintendo Switch, such as Mad Mew Mew and Undertale, and The Reaper and Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I don't think that Brawl Stars would be any different. I think it would make a lot of sense for there to be some Nintendo Switch exclusives for Brawl Stars. So one of the ideas I had was a Mario Gael skin, and I think that would be really cool because like it's Mario, it's like the main Nintendo thing, and like it works decently well with Gael, as you can see. Sorry, I can't Photoshop. It's not the best, but you get the idea. And I think if he held like a fire flower instead of a leaf blower and shot fireballs, then obviously he had like the iconic Mario hat and like a nice brown mustache. But I think that would be really cool. And then another idea I had for an exclusive skin would be for Noddy. And I think a Nintendo Switch themed Noddy would be really cool. Maybe some sort of change to the base model, but I think the changes that I think would be really cool to do, and this one could be a lot simpler because this also would be like switching out her iPad thing for a Nintendo Switch and switching out Peep for like a mushroom or like a Yoshi or something like that. Another idea for an exclusive I had was to have a Mii be the option for your player icon. So I think it would look something like this. That is one of my Miis that I use. And it just looked like that. I just think it's a neat idea. So a perk that would come with having Brawl Stars on the Nintendo Switch is the Nintendo Gold system. So basically what this is if you buy anything on the Nintendo Switch, you get 5% of it back in like gold points if you buy it on like virtually, and if you buy it physically, you get 1% back. So while this doesn't seem like that much, like it will give you like a couple extra dollars to spend in the Brawl Stars shop to like buy the new season pass or whatever. So I believe that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe if you have not already, comment what sort of video you think I should do next, and maybe even share with a friend. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.